So you're done drawing your character. Now it's time to add colors. Are you up for the challenge? Most people didn't have a crash course on how to design characters and how to add colors to their own. So I'm actually glad that platforms like this exist where you can learn things from people for free and you can also learn for fee. You know what I mean? What you're seeing is Mills, which is one of my characters, and an illustration of myself. And Mills is a character that's very difficult to draw because he has so many tentacles and moving parts, and he has a very unique color scheme for me that was difficult. It took me a while to understand what colors I wanted the tentacles to be, his suit or his exoskin, and it was a lot of challenging parts. I just want to show you guys that no matter what level you're at, you're gonna find your degree of challenges. Thank you, Mills, for being difficult to draw. I wonder who designed you. Oh wait, that was me. Well, thank you, and because of that, we were able to make this video, so let's get straight into it. You are a designer, you are an illustrator, you are a storyteller. Every stroke of your pen or your brush or the words that you use in your story paints a picture in someone's head of movement, of action, of love, of romance, and of something that they really connect with. I need you to start seeing the value in your work, that each thing that you make connects with someone on such a level that they are not only willing to support what you're doing, but they're willing and ready. They're waiting for the next thing that you illustrate, the next thing that you upload. You have people who are supporting your work that you don't even know about. So the first thing I want you to use when it comes to you adding color to your character is, what is your character's personality? And the reason why I go with personality first is because when I'm designing a character, I have certain ideas of who they are as a person just as much as I have ideas of who they look like. So I like to go with, what would this character represent in my story first, not just how they look. So who are they? What is their mental state of mind? And what role does they have in my story? So what is their personality? If this is an upbeat person, maybe use more upbeat character colors. If this is a sad person, you can use sadder colors. Or you can have a person that kind of plays with the idea of both. So it can be a sad character with upbeat colors, and now you're kind of making jokes of the norms that we have when it comes to designing different things, which is great as well. These are things that you want to use when you're coming up with your character. Understand your character on an intimate level, as in the little details, the fine things that makes your character special. Remember, you know your character more than anyone else. All they can do is add to your character and make it more special. But you are the maestro, you are the person that made it, and you're the person that gave your character life. So understand your value and what you really can do when it comes time for you making your own characters in your story. The next question I want you to ask is, where are they from? Which part of your story do they originate from? Do they have certain colors that associate to maybe a certain group or tribe of people? These are things that allow people to feel more connected to your story and makes your story feel more real. Do they use certain colors? Do they use certain kind of imagery? Do they use certain kind of word placements? And then also, do they have certain kind of garments that they'll wear to show certain kind of things like rank, royalty, social class, belief systems? These are things that you can use when you're thinking about coloring your character. Not only making them have a unique outfit, but even their skin tone, even the way that they look compared to other people. So how does your character look compared to other characters in your story? Understand that you come up with this. The third thing I want you to ask yourself is this character influenced by someone? Or you probably already know this. When you're designing a character, they might have an initial influence, whether this is from a mythology, from ancient times, from Greek mythology, from Norse mythology, from African mythology, from Spain, from different parts of the world. There might have been stories that you've heard that now you're incorporating one of those individuals and you're turning them into your own. So maybe they already have colors that are already used for that person that you can try out and see if they work for you. While you might have other characters that are based off family members or friends or people that you know in pop culture or social media. So you can kind of ask or gauge them on colors that they like, or you can just ask the person, what are your favorite colors, or what are certain things that you feel like you look good in? So now you're using them as, you know, the person to come up with the color scheme. It's pretty ingenious, I'm telling you. They'll get you straight to the point, and you just want to make sure that all the colors for your characters aren't the same. Makes sense. The fourth tip I have for you is we're gonna target who's gonna like this character. We're gonna think about the things that they like, the target audience for your character, and we're gonna use that idea. So let's say this is a shoujo manga or shonen manga or a comic book character or someone from a newspaper magazine. There are people who already like those things. So let's find out what colors they like when it's their favorite characters. Are there strong reds or blues or oranges that you can use, or even greens, to really make your character pop off the page, but also make it something that they already feel comfortable or familiar with. So you're using the target audience to find your colors. And you're doing this because you want your character to feel special, but also still recognizable, where people can like them and associate certain feelings and moods with your character. Who is their target audience and what do they already like? The fifth tip I have for you is to come up with a couple different color schemes. So let's say you draw your character, and if this is digital, you'll duplicate it a couple times and then you'll try different colors, you'll switch things up, adjust things. Or let's say this is on paper. You can draw your character, the line work, the inks. You can copy it on like a printer, and then you can come up with a couple different colors, whether you use markers, crayons, pencils, whatever you like to use. So now we have a couple different versions, and then we're gonna ask people for their opinion. So we might show some people that know us, some people who don't know us, go on maybe an art page or something and ask people for their opinion. Remember, you want to be careful with your work, and you also want to take their opinion with a grain of salt. Not everyone is a great critic, and everyone is going to come up with their own idea and interpretation of what they see. Understand that, take that, and use it as reference and as information. So maybe someone had one of your least favorite ideas, but everyone liked that idea. Maybe you thought your character should be red, but everybody liked it in green. So now you're doing that focus group, you're seeing what they like, and you're trying it out, seeing if it works. And remember, for costumes, it can always change over time. So if you're not comfortable with something, it can change. So remember that. You don't have to be gun-ho or strict to one thing. Try it out, see if it works for you, and then you move forward. And the bonus tip I have for you guys is to try and fail and try again. Come up with a couple different things, see what works and see what doesn't work. The only way for you to get better is to try things over and over and over again. There's a reason why they say that there's no L in loss, but for lessons learned. Do not believe that just because something's easy, that means you're naturally good at it. You just might be winning at that moment, but you might not actually know how to do that one thing. So you failing will teach you how to do it and to do it better the next time. So thank you guys so much for stopping by. Hopefully this wasn't too much, because adding colors to characters can be very upsetting. It can get under your skin. It can make you feel some type of way. But hopefully you guys learned something and you had a really good time with it. So like the video and share the video. Let us know in the comment sections below what are one of your favorite tips that you like to give people when it comes to you coloring your characters or designing your characters, and possibly what you want to see next on the channel. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell that goes right with it. And there are 2 videos that we're showing you here. Click on one of these 2 videos and we'll catch you over there.